All right, check this out. So Bitcoin is at its lowest point that we've seen all year. I mean, look at this trajectory. We are barely above $3,000 right now. And a lot of people think, considering how much we've dropped, a lot of people think we're oversold. A lot of people think that we're close to bottom. And I've even read and I've seen, you probably have too, some experts saying that they think the bottom is $3,000. Okay. I disagree. Watch this video and I'm going to explain to you my thought process. Now, keep in mind, I'm not an expert. I have zero inside information. Fact is, I'm just an ordinary, regular, average Joe, just like yourself, but I'm a cryptocurrency enthusiast, obviously. And more importantly than that, I'm a cryptocurrency investor, and I plan to make a whole lot of money in cryptocurrency over the next 3 to 5 years. Maybe you're with me. And the reason that you subscribe to our channel is because we break down these seemingly complicated things for you so that we can make Bitcoin and cryptocurrency accessible to the average person, to you. So subscribe to our channel, use it to stay up to date, use Altcoin Daily as a starting off point so that you can make your own decisions. Okay, let's get into this. So here's us right now. This is the lowest point that we've been all year. And you can see that this is interesting. You can see that this matches up actually, where we're sitting right now. This matches up with support that we briefly had back in August and September of 2017. Now, since we dropped here the other day, I'm seeing two very basic bearish indicators that to me suggest that we're going to drop lower before we go higher. And these two indicators are this. Number one, we still have low trading volume. And number two, it's the fact that after we got here, after we flash crashed down, we saw no bounce back. So both of those are troubling and to me suggest that we're going to drop lower. Again, very basic stuff, but this is easy to understand and easy to comprehend. Now, let's get into this. Where is our next support? So I've marked this out for you. You can see first the yellow, then orange, then red. We have our first support around the $2,900 price point, and we touched this almost 10 times between June, July, and August of last year. So 2,900, it could be our next stop. After that, our next level of support is around the $2,500 price point. And you can see that between May, June, July, and August, we touched 2,500 between 10 and 20 times. Somewhere between 10 and 20, which is a lot. And in my opinion, it looks like the 2,500 will be the one to break. And this price point, 2,500, on the way up, it served as a little bit of resistance. On the way down, it served as a little bit of support, but this is really the one to break, in my opinion, 2,500. But, who knows? Let's check on after that. After 2,500, what are we looking at? Yes, there is a little bit of support around the $2,000 price point, but really to me, the next level is 1,800, the red. And we held 1,800 for, it was a solid week back in May of 2017, and then we hit it again as support in July of 2017. So this is what I'm looking for. And full disclosure, I have no idea where the bottom is going to be. I'm cost averaging right now because long term, yes, I'm still very much bullish. And yes, I think over the next 5 to 10 years, cryptocurrency is going to explode in value, similar to how the internet exploded in value back in the 90s. And also, this is kind of something that you and me probably know. Most people don't realize this. I fully believe what's happening right here and what's been happening this whole year is manipulation. The institutions and the big money, they want another chance to get into Bitcoin, or maybe a first chance to get into Bitcoin at low levels. And they've used these last few months, and they're probably going to use the next few months to do that, to get into cost average. And I've shown you this, right? You can do this right now. You can go on Bitcoin Rich List, and you can see that a lot of the largest holders of Bitcoin have been cost averaging for the past 6 months, for the past 3 months, It's different for every person. But I'm sure they think that, and the reason they're doing this is because they think that over the next few years, the price of Bitcoin will substantially increase. So I want to recommend something to you. This is required viewing, as far as I'm concerned, for any investor. Maybe you saw this. This is Glen Beck's show. It was on the other week, and they went through documented examples, events that can be verified, of Wall Street purposefully creating FUD, dropping the market, and then buying at lows. So let's take a few minutes. I just want to watch a few minutes of this. Put this on your radar. And I know Glen Beck can be polarizing sometimes, but I think this report does have value. So go into this with an open mind, and then I want to hear your thoughts. This is interesting.
On September 12th, Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. He says he'll fire any one of his traders buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops 24%. When Jamie Dimon speaks, people listen. People listen. So that weekend, we found out that the largest buyer of a Bitcoin fund that's in Europe that buys physical Bitcoin, right? The largest buyer was Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan. And that's not illegal.
He says it's a fraud.
It says he'll fire anyone that buys it. Yes.
And at the same time, his company is buying it.
His company is buying it.
It's just, so unethical.
Right.
Okay, George Soros.
George Soros, in January 24th, price was already down, calls Bitcoin a bubble, says Bitcoin is the worst, the worst investment in the world. Don't buy Bitcoin. Don't buy Bitcoin. Basically throws gasoline on the fire at this point. And then what do we find out? So he says bubble here.
It drops 44%.
Right. And then here in April, 2 months later, guess what we find out?
Yeah.
His $26 billion family office has approval to buy cryptocurrency.
Right. And we only knew about it publicly here. And this is the kind of thing that George Soros is famous for this, talking the sterling down.
Yeah.
And what did he do? He stole the pensions of all the little people.
Yeah, made $1 billion.
Yeah. Okay.
So then here now, Goldman Sachs, this, again, February 7th, most cryptocurrencies will crash to zero. Now, I remember when they said this in February, and I had, through my network, I knew that Goldman Sachs was setting up a crypto trading desk. Absolutely knew they were setting up a crypto trading desk.
And I remember you telling me that.
Right. And then, of course, they were denying it. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Yeah.
Price falls down 27%, and then what do we find out? We find out here, they say BTC 0, and then we find out just before May, new trading desk. Not only that, they put $400 million to buy a cryptocurrency trading platform. Okay, so February 7th, it's all going to zero. May, we just spent $400 million just on a flyer.
And they're not the only ones.
No. So you have a lot of institutions that are coming. You had Christine Lagarde from the IMF come out. And this was, what's funny about this, Glenn, is it was all around the same time. It was almost like I can't prove collusion, but, it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck.
And you know what?
It's probably a duck.
The people, they all hang out together. They all think alike. It doesn't have to be calling each other.
Yeah.
They know this game.
Yes. So IMF, Christine Lagarde says in the first part of the year, says all central banks should band together against cryptocurrency.
Right.
Have you ever heard her say all banks should band together against illegal arms?
No.
Or illegal drugs?
No.
Or human trafficking?
No.
But this nascent asset class, we must all join arms against.
What this did was play into people's heads that these guys are never going to let Bitcoin survive.
Right.
And so people thought, this is over.
Selling. Yeah.
So let me show you. Can we show?
Powerful. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to this in the description so you can watch the whole thing. They go on to say that, you shouldn't listen to what these guys are saying. You need to look to see what they're doing. And if you subscribe to our channel, you know that we point out to you these strong fundamentals all the time. We show you the institutions getting involved, these institutions that are getting involved, they're not doing that because they think cryptocurrency is just going to be big next year, or they're not getting involved just because they think cryptocurrency is going to be big in 2020. they foresee that they can make a lot of money in cryptocurrency in an industry that will be big for possibly a decade or more. So yeah, I think that the 2,500 level of support is going to be hard to break. Of course, manipulators, they can do whatever they want. So after that, 1,800. What I'm doing right now is taking small portions of my paycheck each month and cost averaging it into Bitcoin. Never more than I can afford to lose. That's my plan. Thank you all very much. I just wanted to share with you my thought process on this. I hope you found value. If you did, please support our channel. Give it a like. Feel free to subscribe to us or follow us on our Twitter. I'm going to leave a link to the description but I'm just going to point out to you a few things that I think are cool that we tweeted. First of all, just today, KFC, who likes chicken? Everybody does. KFC will start accepting Dash as payment in Venezuela. What a time to be what a time to be alive. Like that. Also, I'm sick and tired of Bitcoin eking its way through December. Dumb and Dumber fans in the house? And finally, Bitcoin isn't such a good store of value, I guess. Me. Trump meme. Alright, that is it, my friends. I will see you tomorrow.